Alright, so here I am starting using dips, and I'm trying to use a 4/4 cadence. I recognize here that I probably shouldn't be locking out. I have difficulty feeling like I've completed my rep unless I lock out. There's the second one. It's interesting to see how in different positions one looks more or less muscular or skinny. In this one here, today I may not be holding a lot of water, but anyways, I am accomplishing my goal that I often set for myself, is to be able to do 8 dips with a 4/4 cadence. As I get older, I kind of feel like that's sort of a good test of my continuing level of strength, about 2 months before turning 64. Having said that, I'm fairly lean today. Obviously, body weight affects that. So it's not a perfect test by any stretch, but just something that I aspire to. What's going to be coming up shortly here are chins. So with chins, what I try to do when I'm using it as a test is I try to use a 4-second lift. Just wait till I get here. But in this case, I'm using a 10-second up, 10-second down, because it's the second in the workout. So I don't use it as a test unless I'm doing it first in the workout. So I'm using 10 seconds up, 10 seconds down. Normally I use, if it was first, it would be 4 seconds up, 2-second hold, and 4 seconds down. So in this case, I will do 3 strict dips. I do 8 seconds on the way up, and then 2-second hold and 10 seconds on the way down, for a total of 20 seconds as I go. And I do make the third one here, but I'm going to be stopping short as I get to the attempt the fourth one, as high as I can. I'm not using this where I hold for several seconds. I attempt it, but when it becomes apparent, then I'm not going to do it. I stop. And next I go to a leg press. The leg press, again, I'm using super slow, 10-10 up and down. So continuing along here, I'm doing this in 2 parts. I'm just learning how to use this. I'm using a 10-10 cadence, and I believe I got to 5 reps here. Although, in fairness, I can't count the 5th rep sticking to good form, because I don't believe I did quite 10 seconds on the way down. So technically 4 reps, and I should have held the negative longer, but I wimped out a little bit on that last one. So as I said here, I'm learning to do this voiceover. This is new for me, and I'm looking to get better at editing videos. I'm clipping, things like that. I like to use bare feet when I do leg press, primarily because this way here, I don't, it stays consistent, because depending on what shoes you're wearing on a leg press, it's almost like it's different depending on the thickness of your sole from one to the other. Focusing on breathing, making sure the turnarounds are very smooth, avoiding using the handles, which in the past I caught myself, I would push down on the handles in order to get myself up out of the seat. Avoiding fully extending the knee at the top to avoid any potential hyperextension of the knee, and of course making it tougher. And the next one here, if I've edited properly, should go straight into the, should have edited a little bit better here. So now I'm doing the Nautilus Pullover. So Nautilus Pullover, normally with this weight I can do 4 or 5 reps, but earlier in the workout I did chin-ups. So I'm realizing that when you do chin-ups earlier, you're not going to get as far. Different people have different points of view. I don't go for a full stretch, build des Moines here. I'm just going to just above where my elbows are the height of my shoulders, and at the bottom rather than go all the way down. Once my elbows at the bottom are even with my torso, I feel that's the point at which the lats are most fully engaged. Beyond that, triceps and other muscles take over. So that's the range I'm choosing to use. Of course, there's room for debate on what the best way. And as you can see here, as a result of having done that chin, I'm not doing as many, so I'm going to attempt another partial here. I didn't finish the last one, but I'll see if I can go to partial, get myself in a deeper level of fatigue as I do this. And if I've edited properly, this should jump right to the next exercise, and it does. So here I'm using hammer strength leg extension, and again I'm using the 10-second up, 10 seconds down, super slow cadence. I'm doing it, attempting, of course there's an angle here to the way my camera is, but my goal is to have the bar be horizontal at the top. And this, again, using Belle Desimone's advice, I am stopping from fully extending the knee. My understanding is that if you completely straighten your knee, there's a bit of a twisting effect on your knee, and it's not the best thing. I'm also at the bottom trying not to go much, if at all, beyond a 90-degree bend, and trying to do my best to have a nice smooth turnaround as I watch this. Perhaps the turnaround could be even more smoothly at the bottom, taking 2 or 3 seconds for the first inch. And again, because earlier in the workout I did leg presses, I'm not doing as many as I did, so it's still an acceptable time under load, perhaps, maybe. And then of course now again I clip, so I finished the workout with the Nautilus Triceps Extension, and on this one here I'm doing a 10 seconds on the way up, but 5 seconds on the way down. So the original super slow cadence when using higher friction machines was 10-5 rather than 10-10 until better machines were developed, and this is definitely one of those machines that has fairly high friction. Kind of a weird angle to do it, but I actually, after I videotaped, I kind of liked it, because this exercise, of course, is to target the triceps, and you're able to see my triceps here being engaged. And it's interesting also to see that, obviously, whether it's bracing or what have you, my lats and my back, whatnot, are involved. My shoulders certainly seem to be involved. And you can see there where there's a bit of sticky on, as Ken Hutchins would call it, where I sort of get stuck and sort of have to push back it. Again, this machine would be greatly improved if I was more mechanically inclined and chose to replace the bushings with actual ball bearings. Sometimes find that you can accomplish a lot of the same thing by just changing the manner in which you do the exercise. And I finish with a 20-second negative. And pretty sure this is going to be the end. And it's a little tricky when you're alone getting in and out, particularly with no shirt on, if you're sweaty at all.